says it's not doing. Hello. Okay. All right. So thank y'all for coming. A lot of y'all are here. I'm excited. Ignore that if you can. So we're going to start off with, well, okay, sorry. I'm Miss Mulkey. I'm Jackie. The kids get to call me Miss Jackie when we go on the trip, but not until after we get out of school. I'm fine with that, and they can call me that next year too. Sorry. This is April Thornton. She's one of our chaperones as well. She's a sixth grade Insights teacher. My husband, John Mulkey's in the back. He's a certified Scoutmaster, group leader, all that stuff. He keeps up with all the medicine. He went on the trip with y'all. So, and then we have Lydia King. She has taken children to Europe, so we trust her as well to be a chaperone. She can, you can guide us all through Epcot, your world traveler. Okay, so I'm going to go through this. Well, let me talk about these two things first. We have the medical release form. It is front and back. This is for every traveler, including parents, okay? It is not stapled, and it looks like a better form than what I typed up, which is everything else. I do not have to have this back tonight. It's if you want to send it through school, put it in an envelope and my name on it, and like just say Miss Mulkey needs this, because they like to frown upon Disney trips now. So, or whatever they like to do, whatever. Here, come get all this. Hang on, wait, I gotta do 4 days. Okay, yeah. So I can have that back at any time. The behavior agreement, if you or your children have traveled with me before, this is, I took it from another thing they had. It's a behavior agreement. You can read it. Kids do need to sign it. Parents sign it. It comes back to me. It can come back at the same time. Overall, it's just a basic way of keeping them safe. They're not going to go around cussing and being crazy, running off by themselves, because they always have to have 2 other people. One has to be a chaperone unless we are standing outside the bathroom or the restaurant and they're coming right back out to us where we can see them. We will have curfews when we get there. That will be discussed more when we know the exact times of what's going on. You take her all of those. Because they say things are open till 9 o'clock. Sometimes they extend the hours later, but I want to make sure, I don't want to say 9 o'clock and it's open till 10 and everybody get panicky. One of the big things that I really want them to do is right here where it says you're going to keep yourself, your belongings in a hotel room and charter bus clean. I went into, this is the very first night we ever went anywhere, and we were in Birmingham, Boston, and I went into these boys' rooms, and they've never stayed with anybody by themselves before, and they were having a great time because they looked like they took their luggage and threw it all over the room. And Paul Garner was with me, and I'm like, I was like, you got 10 minutes, I'm going to check everybody else, and it better be in some drawers or something cleaned up. And it got cleaned up, so they were great. But boys tend to just dump stuff everywhere. The good thing about going on this trip to Disney is we're going to be in that hotel room only and not transferring to another city where you have to pack up and make sure you have everything and move on. So they are able to put stuff in drawers and set their toiletries out and all that. However, it says to keep things clean, like myself, they will shower with soap, use deodorant, and brush your teeth twice a day. We will do a room check. I know that sounds silly, but I've taught 5th and 6th grade long enough to know that children stink. So I love them. We will stink at the end of the day. So they won't go by themselves. Nobody can go into that hotel room unless they're chaperone or assigned to that room, unless for some reason I've had to send another parent to do something because there's an emergency. We've never had any type of emergency. But also down here, it does say respect the customs of any cities we visit. We're not going to be in any city, really. The only one I'm worried about is when you go around maybe the World Showcase and there's other cultures there. We just need to be respectful of those cultures. And it says, this came up too because of the Washington, D.C. trip, that you're not going to pet any strange animals, including other people's dogs. they shouldn't, or see any homeless people. We aren't going to bother homeless people. Not that they're any in Disney World, but I just leave that on there just in case you're in the airport and you just don't know. But it's standard. There's nothing really crazy on there. Okay, so to the big packet of information, and there are more. If you feel like you need to take more, I just wasn't sure how many people were going to show up. So this is our main information here. We are leaving Tuesday, May 28th. We are returning June 2nd. That's a Tuesday to a Sunday. We have really good flights because this is not taking off at 5 o'clock in the morning where you leave your house at 2. Because our first day, I mean, yes, we're going to get there at 10:30. We get to Orlando about 1:30. That means we'll probably get to our hotel or Disney Springs where we're going first about 3 to 4, depending on traffic and whatever else. We did this because Disney can be hectic, and this would count as one of our park days if we went into the park immediately, and you would be given at most not even a half day. It'd be more like a third. So we're going to go to Disney Springs. I think we're eating at, it's not the Hard Rock, but it's the one in the Sphere. Planet Hollywood, yes. I think we're eating there. And then there's lots of places to shop for souvenirs. So if they're wanting to go ahead and shop for souvenirs and get their t-shirt or ears or whatever, this would be a good time to do that without being in the park and feeling like they're wasting time shopping when they can go be, I know standing in line, but that's what it is. So we will be returning to Memphis by 7 o'clock, which is also good because usually it's closer to 10 and there's nothing open on Sunday nights at 10 o'clock if you're wanting to eat food on the way back. So this is good. So all the McDonald's are open like that. So we're flying Southwest. I know there's been some issues with that in the news, but that's what we have. All bags fly free as in check-in, not just carry-on. We recommend carry-on, so if everybody can grab their bags, we can get on the bus immediately because we have private transportation from the airport to Disney, so we don't have to wait on any type of public transportation or whatever is going on. But we can do that, but if you feel like your bag's too big or whatever, check it and we'll be fine because it's usually not that long. I mean, by the time everybody gets off, goes to the bathroom, and we find our guy who's supposed to take us somewhere, we should be fine. But check that. I did not put on here what the bag size is because usually when you check a bag, each airline has their own specific size, but they're only like within an inch or two. So if you already have a carry-on or you're borrowing luggage, because we've done that before for carry-ons, it's going to be fine. And if it doesn't fit, or if everybody's already carried on and there's no more room, it's going to fly and we'll get there and it's fine. So that's not a problem. So that's all there. All right, so suitcase packing. We're going to go over this more when we get closer to time, but because kids grow out of their summer clothes from last year, everybody grows taller. So we are gone for 6 days. So you need underwear, socks, and shirts for 6 days. If you think you can re-wear shorts, it does save some money. Save some room. Somebody said one time, wear your old socks and throw them away. It saves space so you can bring back souvenirs. That's up to y'all. You can do the same thing with underwear. I'm just telling you what I found. I'm just saying. This is like the Disney Bible, so if you are really wanting to know, get this. This is end all be all. But we have all sorts of strange things we find. So one set of clothes will be on them when we get to the airport. So 5 in the suitcase. Then also toiletries. If there's some prescription medicine that you want us to keep, we can do that. That's not a problem. We will also have generic over-the-counter medicines in all the chaperones' backpacks, Tums, ibuprofen, Band-Aids, whatever. Backpack. Let's talk about the backpack. This company does not send a regular backpack. They send cinch sacks, which have kind of the string. And if you're carrying stuff, I think that's going to be heavy and kind of dig into you. So let your child bring their school backpack. This is just my school backpack. It's not usually the one I would travel with. Um, you want to go get these carabiners. They're in the automotive section of Walmart. That way they can clip on hats, whatever you want to. I'm also saying make sure they have some sort of pocket on the side, because it would be great. We're going to have bottled water for everybody when we get there. We've kind of already worked that out. But just the regular, so I would rather them not take Stanleys or anything, because we can refill the plastic water bottles and they will just fit nicely right there. And if you lose it, we can get you another and you're not upset. But these, it's just going to be better. Also, if you have, obviously you're going to have roommates. If you wanted to take turns, like, okay, I'll carry the backpack and me and April are going to have the same backpack and we're going to stuff our stuff in one, that's fine. So that helps.
So backpacks are allowed in the parks?
Yes,
Okay.
and so is food. So I'm going to talk about that too. So all meals are paid for. There's some sort of certificate I've never used for breakfast. So, but either I will have it or our tour director. We have a tour director who will help me set up some things when we get there. So every morning the kids or any traveler gets a certificate, and it's good for the food court for Mickey waffles, bacon, and a drink, cereal, a muffin, whatever. It's just kind of a voucher. Then, from what I think, that they give you a card, and what is on there is $15 for lunch and $20 for supper for 4 days. So it's just $35 per day, whatever. And so that would be about $140. And so if you use it all beforehand, you're going to have to pay out of pocket for food. I'm thinking that's kind of like the till card. It's just kind of a preloaded debit card. Please make sure your child knows how to handle cash and what to do with it, paying cash, or if they have one of those debit cards with their face on it that you can preload and it works. You go practice at Walmart or wherever. Some kids have never done that before. Even my daughter was in high school. She had not really figured that out yet. Last year also, when you're eating, 2 things have happened, and you have your stuff sitting out, like if you're there, you need to go ahead and put your money back in your backpack and not just say, I'm going to the bathroom, and leave all your stuff sitting out. And we were just sitting there like, I'm so glad the grown-ups were sitting at that table. Also, you never put your wallet down in the bag of food to think it's going to be safe, because you don't want to get in your backpack, because then you turn around and walk off for just a second to do something, and the guys coming to clean the tables, and then the chaperones dig through the garbage in New York City. We did that. We have pictures. It was funny. The girl was so upset. But, so we just need to kind of think about that. But it is sunny down there. Sunscreen's going to be an issue. But here's the deal. To get on TVA, you're going to have small sunscreen, or we buy sunscreen there. I might buy some and we ship it there. So everybody, we will have our spray sunscreen to just rehose everybody, because it's going to be bad.
Put it in the check bag.
Huh?
Put it in the check bag.
Okay. Well, they've thrown away my shampoo in check bags. I mean, yes.
What are you carrying?
Suave, 97-cent Suave. Back when it was 97 cents. I mean,
I bought a snow globe and they wouldn't let the
snow globe. You can't do snow globes, that's for sure. So this is some stuff. I would say everybody needs a hat. You might want to put some walking sandals or extra flip-flops in there in case it rains, stuff. And get some disposable ponchos, because you don't want to buy ponchos there, because the dollar ones you get at Walmart will be $10 there. And also snacks. Food's expensive anywhere you go now. Theme parks are going to be expensive also. If you want a Coke, they're $4. If you want a Mickey ice cream bar, which everybody needs to get a Mickey ice cream bar, they're about $6. But if you're just thinking, I'm feeling a little hungry, I need a snack, that is not when you want to go spend $5 to $6 there. Whatever your child likes to eat, pack it in their luggage and put some in their backpack for the plane ride. But if they like goldfish, if they like nabs, anything, not a bunch of candy, because if you eat too much candy, per the Boy Scouts, and you run around and get all excited, you're going to throw up later. We don't want to fool with that either. Even though Disney First Aid is very nice, because I've been there myself. But pack more snacks than you think you need, and that way, during the day when you're going, you can stuff some down in your backpack. We've always had them. We don't have to eat food there. We could all take sandwiches and eat in the park if you want to. They don't care that you're taking food in. So you can, do whatever you want to with that. Huh? Oh, it's still recording. Okay, great. That's going to look great. All right, so roommates, we've kind of talked about this. There might be some changes because parents' names are different than their kids' names and things got all messed up. There might be some changes. I don't think it's going to be huge overall. So if you have any questions after this, I got my whole notebook up here. If I need to make tweaks to any of this, please let me know, because I make mistakes, and that's okay. All right, here comes the big part. This is Genie Plus, and this is basically what everything else is about, because I want to make sure we have enough time to really understand this. Before, I don't know, a couple years ago, there was something called a Fast Pass system. You just had to go, take your little card or Mickey Watch thing, whatever they call, Magic Band, and you scan it, and they give you a return time, so you are not waiting in line for 2 hours to get on a certain ride, and you would be able just to return in a window and maybe wait 20 to 30 minutes. Because of just America and everything else, prices have been attached to things. So that is what Genie Plus is, and that is kind of what this last fundraiser we're doing is kind of to help with. Genie Plus is a service you purchase per day per park. So the Magic Kingdom can be as low as $15 a day, but go up to $25 or $30, depending. And of course, it's kind of like a surge charge with Uber. So the busier the park, the more it will be. There's no way to find out ahead of time. So we were just kind of thinking 25 to 30 a day. So if one day it's 15, but the next day it's going to be 25, you kind of got a little bit of wiggle room in there. This should have backed up. Disney has an app, and it's called My Disney Experience. That is not on here, I don't think.
It's
MDE, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's found inside the MDE app, My Disney Experience. If the parents need to have it, the chaperones will have it, students need to have it just in case, they get lost. It tells them where they are and all that stuff. So inside the Genie Plus, inside the MDE, at midnight, you can buy your Genie Plus for the next day. Parents, I'm going to have to ask this of you. If a parent is going, and your child obviously is going with you because there's no other unattached parents except the chaperones, you will need to purchase that for you and your child. Because what I'm doing is purchasing it for all the other unattached kids, if that makes sense. So if your child is traveling without you, I'm going to make sure I stay up at midnight, because we're going to put funds in the account that my app is going to be attached to. So if you put in 150 and everybody's just in there, it comes out, and then we'll figure out what everybody had left later. So I will stay up and make everybody's Genie Plus reservations or purchases, okay? So that has to be done in advance. That just lets you be able to make digital fast passes that is also through the app. There are ways to get something called lightning lanes, which is just a digital fast pass. So what I would do, let's say if it was just me and my family and we wanted to ride Big Thunder Mountain because it's our favorite, 6:55 in the morning, you get on the app and you go through and you tap all the people you want to ride that ride. You click it, and they tell you, do you want to come back at 10, 1, 9:30, whatever. You get to pick it. Then that's already saved for you. But then you might not go straight to that ride. You can go get in line for another one, ride that, and then go straight to the other ride. parents who are going with their children would help me greatly if you could do that for you and your children. And we can practice this. I know I'm overwhelming everybody. You will need to practice. And there's lots of videos that I've tagged to help you understand that. What I'm doing for everybody else is I'm going to figure that out. And that's the reason those students without parents have this, because these are 4 different Google forms. So if I know that 4 kids really want to ride Space Mountain, which I'm not getting on, but others want to go get on the teacups first, we're splitting. Okay? Mr. John doesn't like the teacups, so I'll go get on the teacups, and he can go wait for Space Mountain people, because none of us are going to ride that ever again. It's dark in there, and I couldn't, it made my neck hurt because I'm old. Kids, y'all gonna love it. It's just me because I'm old, okay? I'm old. Okay. Okay, so for those, question, sorry.
In relation to the Genie Plus.
Okay.
So is each child, intended or not, going to be assigned to a permanent adult chaperone for the duration of the trip?
Well, that's what we also got to think about too. So, since you are going, okay, so if parents are going and they have their child, you can tell us you want the child to go with us or you want them to go with y'all. We can do that on a day-by-day basis, if however you want to do it. Because I'm up to everything. But so if they're going to go with us, then I will make their reservations. If not, that's a family decision, I guess. Is that a better way to say it?
The reason I was asking is because, like, Becca has been Ireland.
Right.
So I say, for example, and this kind of takes the pressure off you as well.
Okay.
Let's say we agree to chaperone our child and then 3 other children, because we're 2 adults.
Okay.
So could we add those 3 other children to our MBE account and then handle the Genie Plus passes just for our group of children?
Okay.
Just for our group.
Yes,
our
you
group of
could. Okay, so here's what I'm saying. What she's saying is, could other parents help chaperone if they choose to? If that's what you want to do, that's up to you. You are a paying traveler. I'm not asking anybody to do that that's paying. There are reasons there are 5 chaperones there because we are the chaperones technically for the adults too, but we take the kids that do not have an attached adult. So if you,
They're not technically chaperones.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you are paid travelers. You can do whatever you want to, even adult things around the world. Chaperones cannot.
Chaperoning it up, Todd.
Yeah, no, yeah. If you're going to have other people's children, I ask you not to party around the world.
So I do have
But
a
that was just an idea. I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Now here's the deal. Here's the deal. Like if you're taking one child because you have one child, or you're only taking one of your children, and they want to take a friend with them, we can figure out how that works. Okay. Otherwise, they come with us, and they'll still be with friends. However, we can work this out. So I just need it worked out kind of by park before we go. And if you are thinking about that, wanting to add other people or let your child come with us certain days, then they will need this sheet because I'm going to explain this in a minute. This is going to help me help them. That's crazy. But,
For the record, I'm not volunteering.
okay.
I'm just curious, because one of mine,
Uh-huh.
we are together.
Yes.
The other, I'm giving her to you.
That's fine.
So I don't have to worry about the Genie Plus?
For you and your child.
For
The,
us
the
two,
one
but
that's
not for
attached.
her.
No.
Right, okay.
I mean,
So
I
she's
will need
yours.
her money in our account. So there will be a lot of, there'll be a lot, I might need to send out some sort of Google form and say,
Yeah.
Tell us parent, I will fix that so I know exactly who's doing what, if that makes sense. Because that's part of what this is parents are just going along for fun, and that's fine, and that's what we do with kids.
You mean in MBE, like in my Disney experience?
Or just like unattached means your parent is not on the trip at all. That's how I'm just saying. We can, maybe I'm using the wrong word. An unparented child. There. And then attached, we could, no adult on the trip. So, but I know this is very broad. So basically, I'm not going to read the cheat sheet to you, but what we do, let's just say, I'm going to flip all the way over to this where it says Magic Kingdom. Okay. It's on around. Sorry. And I found that cheat sheet online, so it's good, but only if you're going do you need to read it. Okay. So let's say everybody wants to go on Tron. It's the new roller coaster. We're all going. Okay. We can get up in the morning. We're all going to get a boarding group. Okay. We can get a boarding group, or this one, because it's so new and it's so popular, you can pay to individually get a lightning lane. I have no clue how much they cost, but they're around $17 to $25. We don't have to go on this because there's plenty of other things. We can try to get a boarding group, but if they go out, they go out, and that's fine. So, but let's say we have that for 10 o'clock. We can get in, this little box here tells us the date, the time, what we know so far is 9 to 10. But because we have early entry, because we're staying on property, we can get in at 8:30. We have Tron at 10. So the thing to do is we're going to run to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train because it's a fun little roller coaster. Even if you're not big on roller coasters, it's fine. I mean, it's just fun, and it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So you go here while you're waiting on others, and while you're around, these are other lightning lane things we could get later because they kind of roll up. Like if you've either used your lightning lane or it's been 2 hours since the park opened, you can go ahead and get another, and you can kind of stack them like coupons, I guess. But they're only certain ones. So in between times, if we have a chance, you go to a show to cool off. These are inside. You want to cool off and watch Hall of Presidents. You can take a nap if you want to, but there's some really fun ones on here. Minor rides, if we have time, that is just like we're killing time before the fireworks and nobody's on the carousel, get on the carousel and let's just all ride the carousel. I've listed food on here as well for that's not just snack food. This is like eating food, counter service food, parade times, and some things we're skipping because it's just time wasters unless you're with a, I know. Well, it's actually down for refurbishment. That and Tiana's not open. So, so what we would do, so if we rode Tron, while I'm in line for Tron and I know that 3 people want to get on this and 4 people want to do on that, while we're waiting, I go ahead and start booking whatever else the kids want to do because I'm going to have notebooks and a pad, you know, fixing it all up. So I'm going to do, I figured it all out. It's in my head. It's going to work. So basically, this is my crazy brain. So I have one of these for every day of everything you need to do. And what would be fun to do, but these are obviously just suggestions, like go here at 7, you know, that's just a placeholder for whatever the kids chose to do first. And it doesn't matter if, you know, you might not get to do the first thing first. You might do it second if that was your choice, but we're going to try to group people by what they want to do. So if somebody really doesn't want to go on Space Mountain, you don't have to go. But we might get on another little roller coaster and you'll be fine because Space Mountain's totally dark. So before the craziness, that was my brain, is this crazy thing too. Yes, sorry. No.
I'm just like super unfamiliar with Disney because I've never been.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So just like Genie Plus and the Lightning Lanes are I mean Genie Plus. Yeah, they're the same thing.
It's the same. Okay, so Genie Plus, you buy it to be able to use a lightning lane.
Okay.
It's so confusing.
Lightning Lane like a different price, or when you get the Genie
When you get the
Plus,
Genie
it's one
Plus,
you
you
get?
have access to them.
Okay.
But then they want to confuse you by saying, here's a paid for
That's why I was
lightning lane. So on the ones that are the brand new rides, like Tron, because it's opened in the last year, and then the Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, you can pay for those for an individual lightning lane
Okay.
because they don't have regular lightning lanes.
Okay. I
So
figured I was
those
confused.
we
I
might
was
not,
like,
I know,
So
it's,
this is all these lightning lanes are extra or no?
no, that's all part of Genie Plus. So
Perfect.
if this day was $15, this is all included with trying to get your
Okay.
$15 pass to get on there faster.
Okay, it
And-
all makes sense.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
So,
that's okay.
yeah, please ask questions because I'm just talking. So, with Genie Plus, it's going to help us be more efficient in the park because you can look at something even right when I was at home before we came here, Jungle Cruise, which is one of the originals from 1971, so it's my age. It was an hour wait. It's not a roller coaster. You're on a guided boat ride that has a rail, and you're looking at animatronic animals. That's not the funny part. The funny part is the skipper talking, but it's an hour wait. We don't want to stand in line for something that's an hour. You want to have a fast pass to get in for 15 minutes. So it's just a more efficient way to tour the park. So, okay. To help you understand and your child to understand what to do, that's what this page is for. If you have, and I know you have the digital copy because I did send it, you can scan it for your phone, but if you're on the digital copy and you pull up the PDF, these are all links. So I made sure all that was linked for you, for your thing. So if you want to know what Liberty Square Market has for food, go to this one. It's all the menus. You go down and you search by kingdom or park, and you click on it. It tells you lunch and supper. It gives you all the prices. Most of them are very current for 2024. Some might have like a December price, but they're current. So this will help you figure out maybe a snack budget because you should be able to eat for the $15 and the $20 because basically we're going to be doing chicken sandwiches, chicken strips, hamburgers, fun, sandwiches. It's not going to be like, oh, let's all sit down and order spaghetti. And I mean, you can find pizza. I mean, different things, but it's not like a 3-course meal sit-down restaurant. So kind of better food court. This one here, if you want to see what the map layout is of Disney parks because you're unfamiliar, it's great. It's a digitized map of what you could pick up when you walk in. YouTube DFB. DFB stands for Disney Food Blog. If you want to watch any YouTubes about anything that's going on at Disney, it's that lady there. Overall Walt Disney World attractions overview. If you have no clue what the Mad Tea Party is, go look. This is an overview of everything. If you want to see like point of view ride, like what, oh, dang. What it looks like if you're on the teacups and that's the teacup ride, you're just spinning around. But you want to look up these exact words and put POV for point of view, and you can see it so your child knows that's something I want to get on. That's going to be fun. We want to do that. I'm not sure they have any of the shows because you aren't supposed to like video those, but that would be fine. If your child likes the history of things, the Modern Marvels Walt Disney World is really cool. It talks about how they built it and how there's a whole underground layer under the Magic Kingdom. I would think the kids would love that. How to use the MDE app, the huge overview. Watch that. That is from like October of last year. The same lady did a 2024 update. So I'll have both of those. And then these two are about how to use Genie Plus and Genie Plus hacks. So this is just kind of a big resource area. So once your child kind of knows what they're wanting to do, whether it's for y'all as a family or just they're with me one day or however, I would suggest just marking things down, put it in order, 1, 2, 3. If you know that they are not with their parent traveling, or maybe one day they're going to be not with their parents but with a chaperone, that's what this is. So for each park, because Disney has 4 parks, I have listed, this is a Google form for each park. Your child will go in and put their first and last name, what we call you. So if you don't go by your first name, Bo needs to put Bo, not Robert, just to make sure. They'll go in and they get to rank their top 5 rides. So I know what their most 5 important rides are. Bo might have something totally different from Blake. That's going to be different from Jasmine. That's different from Lana. That's different for Nolan in the order. But I can bet you one of those or 2 of those are going to overlap. So using this from the spreadsheet from this is how I'm going to figure out how we do each day. I don't need this anytime soon, but I would love it before maybe May 15th because I have to have enough time to wrap my brain around it so I know that it would work that way. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Does this make sense to y'all? So if, there's a lot of conversations that need to happen maybe with parents and children about who is going to go with who one day. I will take your children with me so y'all can go do whatever you want to. I don't mind. That's what the chaperones are for. But I would just need to know this. So, but I do need to also make that other Google form I talked about. So if, your oldest child's going to come with us every day, but maybe Jazzy only wants to come just with Magic Kingdom. Just so I know kind of who to start looking for on these. So I don't leave somebody out or go, no, their parents are going, I'm taking them off, and we mess up somewhere. Because I don't want to mess up. It'll be fine, but I want it to kind of be perfect when we get there. That's just me. It's that way. So, whose mind's blown? Yay! Okay.
It's very good to know because I really don't plan to work 5 days.
Yeah, and it's so things always look better later. Honestly, yeah. Honestly, don't even go home and really look at too much of this. Just let it go on, and let it soak in. Sleep on it, and then start emailing me your questions or ask me now. Yes.
So I'm just kind of looking at the time frame. So
Yeah.
every day we're leaving the hotel, so to say, at 7:45 to go to the park.
Because if you don't, you will. If you miss the first 2 hours in a park, you never recoup those 2 hours.
Just want to make sure.
Yes.
So
Yeah. So, but here's the deal. Right now, everything's closing about 9.
Yeah.
So it should take us, and we could leave before 9. I'm just saying 9 is, park closing, or maybe 10. If we've seen what we needed to see, and there's no, nobody wants to see the fireworks or whatever, we can go back. That's not a problem. But that should be enough time for everybody to shower, have a snack, go to bed, and just roll out of bed the next morning and shuffle to breakfast. So, because if you've been to Disney, what they call it is being there when it's time to go in is called rope drop. If you miss rope drop, it's almost, it's like you lose 2 or 3 hours of efficiency because not everybody wants to get up on their vacation. And so you work counterintuitively.
To the concert.
Huh?
It's like coming in late to the concert.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get to sit on the front row. And then it just works
So
out
they
that
should
way.
expect to be up and eating breakfast 6:30.
Whatever is working for them.
Okay.
We can kind of see how that's going.
Will we use park transportation?
Yes, we're
once we
using
get there?
parks transportation when we get there. So those of you who have not been to Disney, every hotel has certain buses that just pick up at that hotel and take you to a certain park. So we will all stand there. It's like, we're going to the Magic Kingdom. There's 55 of us, including the guide, and we stand there. And we probably won't all fit on that first bus that says Magic Kingdom, but we're going to be there waiting on the first one. We might have Animal Kingdom go by 3 times. We get on the Magic Kingdom. Some of us might not get on till the second bus, but it might be right behind it. It might be 5 minutes. So there's transportation. That is really free. So we don't have to pay anybody there. So that is how that works. And that brings us back. Yes.
All right, so the Genie Plus, is it the armband that has the tickets and
We
everything
have,
on
yes,
there?
we're gonna have to nothing is included anymore. So that's one thing I have not figured out where to purchase that. But that, if you don't have the little magic band,
We have an old one, but I don't know.
I think the battery, I don't know. I just say get a new one. Otherwise, you get like,
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if
you
we
get like a-
individually
Or
buy
they
one,
did the,
or.
they like have a cutoff where, like, all the ones we have before COVID, they're old.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
so I
That's
think,
what I-
other than that, you might get like a, like a hotel key that would open up and it's also tagged to your, fast passes or.
Should we
like-
individually buy those or no?
Let me see if there's
Okay.
like some sort of group discount. That's one thing
Okay.
I was trying to figure this out in my head and I thought I can get those. That would be something I can order tomorrow and get by Friday probably.
And then the money and due date, like the total was gonna be, how much do we need? Are you just gonna come up with that until it's the due date?
I'm gonna just, that'll be, I'm thinking at the most, they say it could be up to $40 a day.
Okay.
And that would be 160, but
Yeah,
I
the
don't,
Genie Plus and IL vary based on like crowd levels,
Yeah.
basically supply and demand.
yeah.
Yeah,
So like, when we're there for Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom, there's a lower expectation of crowds, but the days we go to Epcot and Hollywood, it's higher.
Yeah.
So we might get off paying $15, $20 on the others, but the others might be 40.
But you
And there's-
need all that money and. so
Yeah,
you
we've
can
just,
have
it's
that
like
if you
everybody's
need
putting
it.
in this amount,
Okay.
unless you tell me different. It's gonna be kept up with, this is what we spend every day, and when we come back, we meet at Malco and hand out more money.
And so we'll write your check, Venmo you, whatever. you need.
Whatever,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, you're comfortable with all
Yeah,
that, okay,
yeah.
all right.
Is that, okay,
And you'll let us know what that.
yes,
amount is.
mhm. I'm just gonna kinda speculate.
And then the bands we're talking about, is it?
They
like-
might be
So
10
they're just something you just have to like.
It looks
represent
like-
codes on there?
Looks like a watch.
It looks like a watch, it looks like a smartwatch, except it's circular,
Okay.
and they're different colors. I might just get, here's everybody's colors, and you basically, you just go up, it's kinda like having this, when you go up, it's like beep, and it's like, they know, oh, we loaded you to get on this ride at 1:15.
Attached to like his like.
Yes, it'll say Nolan Gloucester, yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
sorry.
you
But
can
yes, I
find
think it's the
them
same.
if they're lost.
Yes. Mhm. And they're also gonna be wearing name tag, like, not name tags, but they're gonna be wearing a lanyard
Yeah.
that has all the chaperones' numbers, the hotel they're staying at, and it's like, if they get lost and, here it is. Sit down, look for somebody with a name tag, start calling, or just sit there and ask them and go, I need you to call that person right there.
What is
Like foolproof.
like, are we using GroupMe while we're
I was
there
thinking
to-
about using GroupMe,
Okay,
what
so
I've
it's
done
not
in the
like they
past,
would go
yeah,
back to the hotel at
yeah,
Tuesday or
yeah.
whatever.
What I've done in the past is like, we have all travelers on a GroupMe. The kids are on a separate GroupMe because once they get on GroupMe, it blows up our phone, so they just need their own. I will be on there, but it was like, stop it, stop, giving you your own. Chaperones will probably be on their own, and if the parents that are traveling want to be on their own, just whatever, we can set up 40 million of those, and that's not a problem. So, did you have a question? Or was it answered? Okay. Okay, that's fine. I know you kept, and I was like, yes.
I was just gonna speak.
Oh, sorry.
Real quick. How many of you have not been to Disney World? Okay, I'm gonna rehash this a little bit. This is the biggest amusement park on the planet. 20 million people a year go. This is directed to the kids mainly, but even adults. Do not wander off by yourself. It's all gonna look alike after a couple of hours, trust me. First trip we went, I was seeing Mickey after 3 days. Everywhere. And it's hard to tell where you are if you're not real familiar with the park, so you're gonna need to stick together. It's gonna be in the low 90s and probably 70% humidity every day we're there, if we don't luck out and get a tropical depression or a long-standing low pressure over the park. Wear synthetic clothing if you can. Booster shirts, socks if you need to get them. But don't wander off by yourself, and don't do anything stupid in the hotel, because if they kick you out, we're gonna have to take you to the airport where your parents will have had to have paid for you to fly back to Memphis. Okay? Don't get up at 2 in the morning and decide to go wandering around.
That's Scoutmaster John
That's,
and Miss Mulkey.
we
I'm
had
just
one
gonna
kid
take-
in New York, we thought we were gonna have to take to LaGuardia and leave him.
If I would have been there, he would have gone. That was the
Well,
year of
we were
no-go.
substituted,
So,
I did.
I have
Yes.
an
Okay.
So if, he's unaccompanied,
Yes.
but I think he's going to basically do everything. that
Oh, he's
we
gonna
do.
be fine.
No,
I'm
no.
not worried about anybody,
Oh,
but yeah.
I'm not either, but what I'm saying is if I coordinated a trip to Florida, could I check him out from Orlando, or that's not possible?
Yes.
Okay.
I will need to know ahead of time. So if for some, yeah, we have had it to where, yes, we've had people like
My
fly
husband's family
separately.
lives in Tampa.
Oh, yeah. So if y'all coordinated that, we would just have to figure out, you might have to meet us at the airport or something like that, which would be crazy. But that's, yes, we have had people fly out from the main place to different places because they were going different places or stay extra. That's fine. We would, as soon as you know, I just need to make sure and everybody, all the big people that do stuff know that too. So,
And one last thing, while we are in the parks, you're looking at 12 to 13 hours, maybe even 14 hours in these parks. I would wear shoes appropriate for long-term wearing that day. We had people wear Crocs in DC. I don't know how their feet didn't fall off. I would wear lace-up, comfortable tennis shoes just to be on the safe side. And I know it sounds kind of weird, Jackie, talking about the rope drop, but you, with what you're paying to go, you need to be in the parks doing stuff the whole time you're in them, get your return on your money.
and we can.
Won't run out of things to do.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of stuff to do. If you want to put Crocs or some sort of easy flip-flop in your backpack, because if it does rain and we are big, like, ooh, what does the radar look like today? We can, obviously you can tell if it's just gonna blow right over. We're gonna go get under something, go in a show, change your shoes while we're in there. So if we come out and it's still a little wet, we go on. Everybody else leaves, you stay, and you can ride whatever you want to. Because, you know, it's great.
Plan on it raining, because it's a
It will,
tropical
yeah.
environment, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
end of May.
Yes.
We've not stayed at the resort where y'all are staying for. Are there little mini fridges in the rooms?
I don't think,
There
I don't know,
were
All-Star
women.
Sports,
Yes, there is.
I think so.
it may be.
Now, what kind of be like a freezer? But
Yeah.
It's more like a beverage cooler, but it's.
Yeah.
It's like a dorm fridge.
Okay.
Yeah, they have them.
So we've never stayed in one that wasn't like.
Yeah,
full.
like, yeah. No,
And then, so, I know we're sending snacks,
Mhm.
but if I coordinate with you and I wanted to send you whole things or fruit
Yes.
stuff sent,
we can do.
you can order that and have it sent.
Yes,
Okay?
there is, yes, if we need to coordinate, because we're gonna try to get the bottled water coordinated, and if we feel like it's too much to pack, we can ship a box and it's there waiting on us of other snacks. We obviously can't do that with fruit and milk. But there is a grocery, I can't remember what it says, but it's in this big book, that you order and say, this is the day we're coming, we need Little Milks and cereal, some spoons and, or bananas. We can do that. But there is fruit, fresh fruit in the,
All that is in the food.
it's in the food court, for sure. And you can still pick up fruit in the, I mean, now, they might not want it, but if you get it, oh, I forgot. They need to pack Ziploc bags. This is dumb, but it's smart. Everybody needs their own thing of Ziploc bags, and you put a handful in your backpack every day, because any snack you get, you are not gonna be able to finish it, because like the Mickey pretzel is huge. So you break it up and you put it in that Ziploc bag. You can't do that with your ice cream, but anything else, you save it, and when you're hungry, you've already spent the, $10 on that Mickey pretzel, but a couple people could share it, but you can do that. So,
Will they swim at all? They don't need a bathing suit? I didn't know,
The
maybe
only-
the first day they might.
the
have to-
only day they might would be that first day or the last day, because Animal Kingdom closes at 6. And so it's possible.
So maybe pack a bathing.
So maybe if you want to put bathing suit, I didn't really want to put that in there, but just because I wasn't thinking, but they could. Oh. Oh no, it's gonna just me looking at it all the time. So, yes.
I wanted to.
Oh.
Go ahead. She can go ahead.
Choose.
Okay, I wanted to mention about the ponchos, to jump off of what you said.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they have the super cute thick ones that say Walt Disney World and they're like $12, but the problem with that is you have to like hang it up at the end of the day and it's a pain in the rear to deal with. I would send like like at least one for each day from like a pack of disposables, like from Amazon.
Yep.
And then we also, it's gonna sound goofy, but,
Pun.
there's these shoe covers you can order on Amazon. They look kind of
Yes.
like what someone would wear in surgery, except they're plastic, they're not paper.
Yeah.
And, we slip those on for water rides.
Yes.
Now, I think,
Yes. Because I have some pink ones and some blue ones. We bought last year just to.
because.
We didn't use 'em.
Especially in that heat, when your tennis shoes get wet in your socks, you're asking for a blister, and then you
Yep.
don't wanna change into like a flip flop for the rest of the day, cause that'll kill your feet.
That's
too.
yeah.
If you put those on, like right before you board the ride, like Cali River Rapids,
Yes.
they work really well.
Yeah.
And then you can just throw them away when you're done, and none of this is earth friendly, I'm sorry, but.
No, it's okay. We don't have to be.
Honestly, the throwaway stuff is the best, but those,
Yep.
those shoe covers really work.
Yeah. Okay. We didn't use them, but we have them. So.
Yeah, they come up
Yeah.
like to the knee.
Okay. And I'm saying don't wear jeans. Last time, well, it was whatever it is, Fix to be Tiana's. I got completely soaked going down the log ride, and I was completely drenched from here all the way down. It was awful because it took all day to dry. So if we're going to try to do something wet, it either needs to be right before we go, like leave, just so you can just.
Well,
Go
Cali River
back.
Rapids is listed as like one of the first things to do at AK.
Yeah, I know. So I don't. Well, those are in no particular order on there, wherever that is.
But I think that's the only one.
Yeah, I was just putting that on there because those are high participation. So, there's a bathroom right next to it, and you go in and everybody will like put on their bathing suit and a pair of shorts, run in there, go to the thing, and then come back out and go put on their regular clothes and put everything else in a Walmart bag. So you can take your bathing suit to the park and do that. So that way you kind of have dry underpants. 'Cause that's not fun walking around the Magic Kingdom like that. Yes.
Who's got Sunday?
Sunday we go to Kennedy Space Center.
Yeah, that's what I was
Sorry,
wondering.
that was not on there. I don't know much about that. We go, and we come back. I don't have to plan that, I don't think. And I have 4 days of while we're down there to figure out what we're doing. Yeah, that's
For you, one day you get to.
to just go talk about space, But, yes.
Did we figure out, I guess, like what time and where we're all meeting at the airport?
We will meet at the airport probably no later than 8:30. Because,
Group check-in or?
yeah, there'll be a group check-in. So we will all, yeah, I handle all that. Yeah, I handle all that, and there will be stuff to pass out while we're there. Sometimes you go and you can just walk right in to TW, the whatever they are. And then sometimes it's like you are backed up to B terminal or whatever it is, and you're like, this is great. I will say this, once we are past security and back there, if you want to grab a quick snack, we do not need to order anything that's going to take long, because we had some people trying to order and we almost missed the flight because they were still in line getting coffee. Just don't. But it looks like we do have a straight shot flight, so that's great. We don't have to worry about getting off and getting somewhere else. All right. Yes,
The kids, like, we don't have a passport, do they need like an ID or like a birth certificate?
kids don't need anything.
They don't need anything?
Kids they just assume we look okay with the kids.
They might ask the kid's name.
They might ask your name,
Yeah, what is it?
but we kind of, like, one person, we'll stagger all the chaperones in between, so somebody will be the herder. And
I would say to tell your kids, this is just my experience when Lily and I went on our cruise,
uh-huh.
to not get up there and act silly, because they will ask you questions, and like, don't be like, oh, like my child did, I don't remember what my birthday is, because they're gonna think you kidnapped them. Like,
Yeah.
obviously,
And then
she
you get
did know
pulled
her
up-
birthday, but
then
she's
you
like
get-
being silly,
yeah.
so.
And then they want to,
This is a
they
serious
dust your
interaction.
hands. I've been dusted for gunpowder residue. I went, when you stand there and they go around, I had shorts that had the imprinted tag that made the thing go off. So random things that go off, and it's always when I'm on a teacher trip when I have to go do dumb stuff. So I will probably be, but I went right through LaGuardia with a half-open Coke, and they didn't say a word.
They
But
knew you needed that code.
Yeah, I was just like, we're going home.
But they like might ask your kid their name
Yeah.
and their birthday or
So
something.
just,
so you know you're not.
they don't need to
human
act silly.
trafficking.
They might ask who the adult is with them.
True,
Like
yeah,
for Russell, they'll be like, they'll point at me and go, who's that?
Yeah.
My mom.
Yeah.
Who's that? My dad.
so just, the safety people, the security people, don't mess with them.
I have one more question.
Okay.
Can they not put money on their Genie Plus? If
Well,
we get that
okay,
figured
so
out, or is that gonna be too complicated?
If they put money on their Genie Plus, it's attached to the account that I have.
Oh, okay.
So we can do that, we just need to know that that's what it is. And so like if you put in extra $100,
I just thought
she
it might
just
be
needs to
easier for
know-
them to
yeah.
pay for stuff at the park
Yeah.
without me
So-
having to do a different card, and if they lose it, then it's
Yeah.
there. Okay. If that's too much, that's fine.
no, so you can, okay, I kind of didn't want to go there, but that's okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So, yes, the Genie Plus, you have, each kid will have their own account. So go ahead and set them up on the app and get their account, because
They do have a phone, right?
they don't have to have a phone to have a Genie Plus. Like you can set up the account online.
All right, and then how
Yeah.
do they use it? That's my question.
Well, they'll use it with either me or you or their armband, because the
Okay,
armband is attached to their hotel room,
Okay.
their tickets and fast passes. What it's also attached to is if you put in more money. So let's say you put in $100 more than what we asked for Genie Plus, then that's their spending money on their arm. So if they want a Coke, they can get it. But they just have to keep up with, they know they have $100, because if they spent 200, then that could be dipping into everybody's stuff. That
Well,
makes
we
sense?
don't have to do that.
No,
That's
well,
fine.
I'm just, because I don't think there's any way to say, oh, on Genie Plus for rides, it's on my account, but if she wants to spend money, it needs to be on
That
another.
sounds
So
too complicated.
I don't,
I mean, my question
kids are-
is, if it's related to the band, could be like she has her
yes,
own one.
yes,
and
but
then
that would be how, so she couldn't be, she can only be attached to one
to
adult.
one, okay.
So if
That-
both of your children are with you the entire
Just
time,
has to be all on
Yeah.
her.
so
Okay.
that makes, because otherwise she's going to be, we can't turn it on and off.
Okay.
I don't,
Okay.
that might be too much for that system.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, just if can,
Yeah.
instead of coming to me, could I buy this one?
Yeah.
Just go ahead, you just have $50 budget. You
Another
understand?
question on Genie Plus, so if like we set up their account, how do we link them to you?
I do
Or
that
you
when
do
we
that?
get there.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I
just
can't
wanna
do
make
that until I have park tickets,
sure. Okay.
but as long as they are in as their legal name. They
Okay.
have to be in there as their legal name.
So we do need to set up their
Every,
accounts.
every traveler needs to have their own My Disney account.
Okay,
Even if you don't have a phone for an app,
okay.
they need to have their own account, and I'll need,
We will just send you all the information.
yeah,
Okay,
I'll just need
so
all the
then-
information so we can get in and out of different things to make sure we can link them
That'd be
the
easy
cor-
for
yeah.
me.
correctly to do. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Only for that one day. That's really dumb, but I. Well, okay, so you can only kind of do one lightning lane at a time. So the system comes up at 7, so you're kind of ready at like 10 till, kind of sitting there knowing what you're going to do, and then hit the button. So once you make, let's say you make something for 10 o'clock, the park opens at 9. If you, at 10 o'clock, because you're already in line for the other, you can make the next one. So you just kind of, on paper or tablet or whatever you have, like I have had, John will tell you, I have had like, here's the sheet of paper, what are we doing next? But we have written just about everything. So you would kind of have y'all's plan of what y'all want to do as a family, or if the kids are with me, you know. Yes. Yeah. Like, I'll tell you the next day, these are the choices of what we're doing. You can go either side or kind of, yeah, y'all are welcome to hang with us. I'm just saying 55 people moving as a horde. I'm just going to say it's going to be like the Go Grandma thing, John, It's a Small World. It was,
Our first trip, there was.
Go
a
Grandma,
family reunion.
go Grandma.
Their
She was in a
grandmother was
wheelchair.
blind and couldn't walk,
Yes.
and they used her to get in front of the line, which usually when I keep you on the parks, they couldn't do it. But, they had a group of at least 35 walking together.
In a horde. It was, so we do need to kind of split a little, but sometimes you're going to converge back into, going to watch Peter Pan or It's a Small World, or, you'll be in the same general area, but it's just going to be harder to keep up with each other if you are in a group of 30 or more. 20 will probably be okay, ish. So, all right. So any other questions? Email me. I'm good with whatever. If I don't know, I will find out.
We're not going to the emergency room. I live there this week, we're not going.
When you get, I'm sorry if I missed this, but when you get the tickets, you'll